guys, it's Carol and thank you for stopping by. This is my mid-May stitching update, and I wish I could say that in the last 10 days since I filmed prior that I have done a ton of work. I've done some work, I've managed to touch 6 different projects, but I didn't get really as far as I wanted to on any single project. And I don't have a good answer for that. Like, I don't know why. It was not like any particular reason. I haven't even been like so insanely busy that I haven't had time to sit down and cross stitch. I just feel very unfocused right now, and I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's maybe my projects that I have on the hook for May are just not what I want to be touching. If I'm feeling a little like overwhelmed with like what I want to get done, and what I want to get done may have nothing to do with like what I can get done. I don't know, that's just, I'm throwing that out there right now because this does feel a little like, just from a me standpoint, looking at what I've worked on feels very like, I don't know, like I don't feel like I have gotten as much done as I wanted to. And maybe I'll like be sitting here next week talking to you on my next update and saying, it's fine. Look at how much I've gotten done. And I'll be like, I don't know why my feelings today. It's fine. I just figured I'd give you that as a heads up. One that I am happy with where I got to, despite not spending a huge amount of time on it, is Modern Folk Embroideries, The Fruit of Plenty. Here's where I had it last time. And here it is today. I finally made it all of this fill. Okay, so this right here looks fantastic. I have said this before. You've heard me probably say it at this point like a dozen times, if not more. I love how this looks. It is amazing, and stitching it up is sometimes like crazy driving. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's very dense. There's a lot of stitches, and it's because of the counting and making sure all of these, like the cool little vine design, but you're stitching around a lot of this, and I'm really trying to not carry the floss across the back because I don't want it showing through on the white fabric. So anyway, key thing, I got down to here. So there's like this like triangle right here that I haven't done yet, but I have this like much like, and the problem is I hadn't wanted to stitch on because I've been doing this. I really want to like work down here, but I had to fill this in before I could do this. So again, I didn't put in a huge amount of time on this. This is actually only 6 links of floss, but I am so happy with what I was able to get done. This is a white 40 count even weave Vertil, which is the Zweigart cotton one, and 1/1. 1/2. I don't know why I would say 1/1. This is a 1/2. I love how it fills in. Like, it looks great, and at this size it fits really nicely on the fat quarter and still have the 3-inch margin for framing. It is sometimes, this one's a little harder on my eyes. I can tell I'm getting close to needing to go back to the optometrist because my contacts are starting to struggle again and I'm having to use readers. Or the lighting's bad, I'm not sure which, but okay, enough on that. The point is, it's looking great. I'm at 40%, yeah, 46% done, and I love that this part is basically done, so I get to go, like, filling in the rest of this will actually, like, to get to the halfway point is going to fly in comparison. So that's awesome because this one had been making me feel a little bad just because I really want it done. I love this one. I want this one framed and on my wall like yesterday, and it takes time, and I'm not patient. Patience is a virtue, and it's not one that I have copious amounts of. But anyway, like I said, I'm just happy with where I've gotten, and hopefully this will keep getting a steady work on it, and you know, I don't know, by the end of the month, I'd really like to be well into this card. So we'll see. So the next few are, my next few whips are the ones that I think maybe have been taking away my desire to stitch. And that's not fair. I will point out, I like all my projects. I don't have anything that is in the rotation that I do not want to have complete. So, but there's ones that I do better with than others. And unfortunately, poor Summertime Coverlet from Heartstring Samplery is one of these that just does not make me want to stitch on it a bunch. I've mentioned that before. Here's where it was last time. And this is where I'm at now. I got just that. Yep. Not a lot at all. It's two 36-inch strands of floss. I got to the end of that second one. I was like, I can't right now. My plan for May, I want to finish this motif, just this one. Get that flower motif done, pack it away, consider it good till next time I feel like pulling it out. And it kills me because I love this fabric. I love the floss. I love the pattern. I love how it looks. So why I struggle to find motivation is absolutely outside my comprehension. I do not know why I struggle with it. And I mean, part of me says, well, then just put it away for now. But I started this in 2018. It's almost 6 years later. I would really like to be done with it. Just, that's, I think, part of it. I want to be done with it, but these flowers are just, 1, 2, 3 and a half, the half. Once I get there, I think the bottom of this will fly in comparison, and maybe, smart me, should probably say, go ahead and like start working on this bottom part anyway. I just haven't. I think maybe this is I'm being stubborn of the, I want to get the top done before I do the bottom. I don't know, but yeah, minimal effort. My next project that has not gotten as much done as it probably should is Long Dog Samplers, Mick the Miller. Here's where it was last time. This is how far I got. Okay, a little bit more. So this white flower that is on the dog's chest is done. The dog's neck is done up to the head. That's it. Oh, and I did finish this because this one wasn't 100% complete. I'm supposed to, for my goal for myself this month, I'm just supposed to finish the dog, single dog. I don't know why this one, actually that's a lie. I just realized. I know why I don't like working on this one. So I started on the feet, and how I stitch, where I really like to, like if I'm going up, I start on the right side of a line, because that way you're pretty much always going into thread and you're coming up in clear fabric. This particular dog shape would be much easier if I were starting at the top and working down than trying to go up. And I think it's because I am working in opposite directions of where I want to, that it is frustrating to me. Because I remember this dog is going fast, but I started this dog here and it was you go up. This one was slow because I was starting at a foot and going up. I'm thinking that I am going to try to work it such that for because the next set down here are this exact same orientation. So probably try to like figure out a way to make it work better, where I can start with the part of the dog that's easier for me to count and to go up that way. Maybe it'll go faster. I think that's part of it, is just this one takes a while. It requires a lot of counting, and the way the chart is, the thicker lines indicating your 10 by 10 part are not any thicker. So I find that from a counting standpoint, and I find this one hard. Contrast that to like my Mirabilias, where you can see the thin lines and the thick lines, and none of them are a problem. And so it makes it much easier, even if I'm trying to figure out, oh, I need to count like 22, it's much easier to take in it at a glance compared to this. And the charting for the Long Dog samplers reminds me a lot of the Heartstring Samplery, which also has that same problem, where I'm like, where's my 10 by 10 grid, which makes it easy for me to count. Isn't really as, and I don't like counting individually because I mess it up all the time. Having the grid makes it easier for me. So I think I do more counting on this, which makes it harder. And I don't like that, which is funny because it's counted cross stitch. You'd think that'd be the easy part. No, I prefer to do it in relation to, if I have started off with a line of 5, if the next line is 7, I don't count 7. I go to the end and add 2. It's easier. I don't know. That's how I think. That's how I've always done it. But so right now, this one is like sheer counting, and it's frustrating. I can't believe sitting here talking to the camera, I just made that big leap. So I guess you guys are along for the ride on that. But yeah, like I said, I would like to not get bogged down feeling in this again. So I'm hoping maybe if I, think it through well, I can set myself up for success. I've been in the mood to clear out some of the smaller projects in my whips, and you'll note that I finished the Start Doing kit. I have for this month to work on Be Thou My Vision, although I haven't done it since my last update. But I did pull out Butterfly and Zinnia, my Dimensions needlepoint kit, because this one, it's only 5x5 and it goes pretty fast. Here's where it was last time. And there's like half a butterfly pretty much done. There is a bunch of long stitches that go on to this after you're done with all of the needlepoint, but this actually got like a lot of progress, and I'm like, it is completely done to the 40% down the picture, and honestly with the amount that's filled in, I'd say that I'm easily 2/3 done. This one it's turned out to be like a lot of fun. It is fast once I outline the areas that I want to work in. One of the things that I realized, and I'm glad I was able to learn it on this, and this is for anyone who I guess is ever working on any of these kits on canvas. So the Zinnia here, the pink one, it has 4 colors on it. And when you stare at it fresh out of the package, the 4 colors are very distinct from each other, and you're like, this is easy. I can totally distinguish them. The problem is once you start filling in the colors, it gets a little harder to differentiate. So I found that I did the lightest color because it was the one that was going to be hardest to see later. So I did the lightest color first, and then I'm going back in with not the next darker color, but this second darker. So not the darkest, because this was easy to see over here, but going back in with this pink, it honestly breaks up most of the different spots from each other, and it was much more obvious. And I don't think I have any more of this particular pink left, so I can't even show you. It has like a light burgundy and right next to the purple, so it was one of those, like, it was just, I don't know, it was easier. So I'm doing like the lightest, then the second darkest, and then doing the next. In this case, I think here I just decided to go with the darkest and then go, but if you fill in 2 that are sufficiently different, I found that that worked really well, and so I've started doing that for the green as well. There's 3 tones of green, there's a really light and there's a really dark, and then there's an in-between, doing the really light, then the really dark, and then filling in the in-between. And it's, I don't know, I just found it a little more obvious. So like I said, if you ever find yourself picking up one of these kits, that is something I would do to make it easier, and so it's not like crazy making later. But yeah, this one, maybe it'll get done this month. That would be nice. Last update, I shared with you my vision for doing the kids' Christmas stockings, and that I have 6 months to get 3 of them done. So I'm going ahead and just jumping on it and getting it done. So first is my Dimensions kit. This is Snow Bears. The design is by Steve Whitlow, and it's my new start. I started it a week ago, and here's where it is. This is actually a lot of the top. This right here is the edge of the name band up here. There's a little bit more of these trees here, and then you go down. So this one has the benefit of all of this is in half cross stitch right now. So it goes fast, and it's only 2 colors right now. It's really pretty. I also really hope that this is showing up on camera for you, because this is a blue Ada 14 count background. It's white, and then the other one here, like this tree, is a light blue mixed with a pale blue. These are all these 4 strands each for here, and then the white, use a ton of white on this. The actual bears that are down here are done in full cross with 3 strands. So this is going better than I was expecting, considering that I, at the beginning of the month, realized, oh, I need to like get started on this. My daughter has seen it. I hope she doesn't want to claim this one already, because the whole point is for me to do these stockings and then the kids to divide, like to go fight it over when there's actual stockings, because I'd feel really bad if I promised, hey, yeah, you can have this stocking, then I don't get the other 2 done. But I really enjoy this. You'll note, like, this is such a new start. I haven't even bothered searching the edges of the fabric yet. If I can really stay on top of it, I'm hoping I won't need to. We'll see, but I do enjoy these dimensions kits. They're fun. I like that this does a great job of showing that like snowy background. And there's little, I haven't put them in yet, but there's like a cardinals in red through here. So after I get all of the trees and snow done, I will do the red. So I don't know, this is where the bulk of my work has gone. And I'm really happy with it. And then I guess in a sticking on a theme, Mirabilia Designs, Winter Queen. Here's where I was last time. She's looking great today. I love this piece. I know I had mentioned that I was looking at doing a bunch of like the beading up here and through her arms. So there's 4 colors of beads for this, and I have 3 of the 4. I need to order like the last color, because when I do the beading, I do it like all at once. I don't do like color by color like you do with the DMC. So I realized, I was like, oh, I can't actually finish up here. So I've done no work up here, but this is almost to the edge on this side, filled in a bunch here. This is all new, and then adding in some of this blue. I am like so happy with how this one's been coming along. I think it's helped that I've gotten out of the stretches where it's nothing but white, but I definitely finished another skein of white floss. I think I've finished 2 am I at 2 or 3 at this point? I think 2. And so I had to open up a new one, but it was, I say open a new one. I put it on my floss drops. I had lost the actual color band on it. It had the DMC, like the smaller one, but the one that has the barcode and its color was missing. So I was holding it up against known white and then against B5200 to make sure that I got the right one. And yes, it was blanc. So went ahead and kept going. Like I said, I am just, this is so pretty. I had mentioned with Mick the Miller about how I use like relative distances for doing things. When you get it right, it's wonderful. When you mess it up, it is horrific. And I find that the Mirabilia charts in general, because they're just so easy to like get in a stitching groove, and it's because there's not a huge amount of colors in any one spot, that it's very easy to like, I don't know, just get on that place where you can knock out a lot. So even though like I did a lot of white over the last week, it didn't feel as onerous as when I was trying to like, go across here, and I wasn't sure how well this had filled in. At this point, I'm actually pretty comfortable that all of my spots are all exactly where they're supposed to be. And I do double check, by the way. Like if I'm like down here and I'm like, is this right? I will look for like markers to make sure things line up. But I don't know, this has come out so well. I'm feeling that like when I'm picking this one up, I don't want to put it down. And I actually picked it up like 2 days ago and have knocked out like 700 stitches in the last 2 days. So it's pretty awesome, because all of this got filled in right here, bunch right here, all of that's new, all of that's new. Like, yeah, I got a lot done. And oh, and I filled in some of the whisper too. I really hate dealing with whisper. And I'm gonna turn around next time you see Real Holiday, and you're gonna be like, there's a ton of whisper there, and you're not complaining about it. No, I won't be complaining about it then, because I'll have like gotten over myself. But the whisper for this one is a lot of like weird fill in, and it's right next to all the white. So it's really hard to distinguish, is that white or is that the whisper? And so if I'm counting, it can just be a little bit less fun than it might be otherwise. But again, I mean, this is great. I'm totally gonna be working on this again. You'll see it next update. I'm gonna be working on snow bears, and I have a couple things that I haven't pulled out so far this month, and I'm gonna be working on them. I don't know. That means I have to put this one down. That'll be hard. But yeah, I'm kind of looking for trying to get some good progress on the things that I'm feeling. The stuff that I'm not feeling and I don't get as much progress, I'm just trying to be kind with myself, because at the very least, if I can get some of the little goals done, then I can substitute in projects that I really want to work on or spend more time on this. We'll see. I don't know. I feel like I'm on track to get a decent number of finishes this year, which I have not always done in the past. So I don't know, I'm really excited about that. And I'm kind of excited about the idea of really tackling some of these older whips and like having them done and gone and framed. I'm really, really wanting to frame stuff right now. So who knows, maybe sometime soon. Thank you guys, everybody who has stopped by and they've hit the like button, subscribed, commented, all of these things. I really appreciate it. I read all the comments. I try to respond. I'm not always the best about that, but I do read every single one of them, and I appreciate everyone who gives me that like. You are helping to push videos out to other people who may enjoy them, and I appreciate your time. Your time is valuable, and thank you for spending it with me. I hope that you have a great week. I will see you next time. Bye.